record WFYM episode 114.
Welcome back.
That's right.
You're
Welcome to the show.
It's also the age of the world's oldest man right now, probably.
Me.
I'm not sure.
That's me. I'm 114 years old.
Did you
Every
ever
time
hear
the world's
that?
oldest man dies, though, they find a new one, conveniently.
It's true, yeah, immediately.
Oh,
There's
I
a guy
never
waiting
thought
on
about
deck.
that.
Bullshit.
Did you ever hear that conspiracy theory that Jean Calment was actually her daughter?
Mm-mm.
That somehow they switched places and it was actually her daughter who was only 76, pretending to be her mom who was dead and was
That's so
125. I think it
Oh,
turned
shit.
out not to be true, but it's a crazy story. It would be insane if that was true, that it was just someone pretending to be older, doing the reverse catfish.
So much shit like that. We've talked about it before, but so much shit like that has the knee-jerk reaction from the public, or some other lie comes out right away, and then even if the story gets corrected to the actual truth again, it doesn't actually get corrected in public opinion. That's so crazy when that happens.
Yeah, it's good that they're all dead because it would, if they were
Do you
alive.
guys remember
it would be
that
shitty.
that kid from New Zealand he went viral because his mom posted a video where he was crying outside of his school in the car because he was being bullied. He was the dwarf kid, and then people were like, "This kid's actually 18. Look at his pictures from his Instagram."
that's
Blah blah
right.
blah. Well, then it turned out not only was he definitely not 18, but there's just pictures from his cousin's 18th birthday party, but also him and his mom were both indigenous and had been on television in New Zealand 8 times while he was growing up in the past 8 years before that, on the news and stuff, to talk about different issues going on. So there's footage of him as a toddler from 6 years before that video, literally on the news stations, and that never got widely corrected ever again. People just call him a scammer, but he also got $400,000 in his GoFundMe, so I don't think they really gave a shit.
Yeah.
Okay, sure, I'm 18, bye.
But
he
that's
was-
anything.
he wasn't though. That's crazy because I still thought he was 18 in my head. I never heard about that story again after I
It's
saw
That's
those-
why
you can
Outlaw
just
can
say
never use
anything.
Gary 200 to meet John Cena for Make-A-Wish.
Yeah.
Because there are news articles, there are news stories where they interview Gary.
Well, they
Oh,
don't do
damn.
Make-A-Wish for adults.
They
just don't-
should.
They just
They
don't think he's
should,
dying
yeah.
anymore.
I need a Make-A-Wish for me. I'm an adult.
What's your wish?
I want to meet John Cena.
You want to meet John Cena?
Yeah,
Well,
well,
all of
hi,
us
all
could
the-
meet. What could you do? You get a +1?
That's a good question.
Because we shouldn't have to die.
Guy that's mad about Make-A-Wish people that don't die, they recover or whatever. Make-A-Wish Truth. Make-A-Wish Truth is my Twitter account, and I post pictures of kids that are adults now that lived.
It's when that Batman kid, had the parade through San Francisco, just being they should make him pay it back. He doesn't die within a year. You got to pay that back, kid.
Trying to own that kid as a comic book guy. Oh, your dream was to be not a superhero? Cool. Your dream was to be a billionaire? Very cool.
Batman's a
believes
fascist,
you.
by the
Oh,
way.
your dream was for your parents to die? Oh, very nice. Good job.
Bro, does that work? Can you kill your parents?
Yeah, that's how you become Batman.
Yeah, Batman did.
That's how you get infinite wishes. Because there's
Damn.
another Make-A-Wish that only works for orphans.
Mm-hmm.
So if your first Make-A-Wish is that you kill your parents, and then you go to the orphan Make-A-Wish
Mm-hmm.
and ask them to cure your cancer, because there's a clause in the original Make-A-Wish where
Yeah.
you can't say
Yeah.
I don't want cancer.
Yeah, you can't wish to get better.
But you can wish that at the orphan one.
Yeah.
Yep. That's called the Mighty Orphan Power Wager in the legal language in the Make-A-Wish.
I wonder if Make-A-Wish has ever been sued before.
Yeah, by
For
me.
sure.
For discrimination based off of age
Maybe it
and
was
health.
somebody's dream to sue them, and they took it like that.
Yeah, so
There's
I'm
some lawyer's kid. It's well, I want to sue Make-A-Wish before I die.
Can I sue Make-A-Wish?
So they said it wasn't sick enough.
I mean, there must be some shit the amount of schools that Jared Fogle went to give speeches.
Yeah, but that's not Make-A-Wish. I don't know if anybody was
It's-
I want to
it's
meet
not
Subway
Make-A-Wish, but I feel
Jared.
There must be some bad actors in there. There must be
Oh,
some.
for sure. Of
If some
course.
kid's wanting to meet Subway Jared before he dies, he deserves to die.
Yeah.
That's a
Jimmy
stupid wish.
Seville. That was sort of their
Well, yeah.
the UK
that's-
version.
That,
Yeah,
that
Jim will
was-
fix it.
You stay out of British people's business, Alex.
Yeah, it's none of our problem. I think
Yeah,
our
it's
thing
a
is
domestic
fine.
issue.
That's why we didn't just put it in the hands of one guy. It was
True.
it's a whole program. There's oversight. There's corporate. Yeah.
And you see those hands
There you
too. You see those hands?
But we have
The hands-
we have corporate oversight, so we're doing just fine.
Hold on a second. Where was Gary Glitter from?
Vietnam.
Okay. Perfect then. He's from there. Oh wow. Oh wow.
Oh,
wow,
I didn't know
Vietnam's
that.
got
Oh,
good
that's
glitter.
pretty interesting.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
a
wow,
citizen.
Roswell Part 2.
Yeah,
Derek and Vietnam.
if you're in prison in Vietnam, you get to have your citizenship. It's awesome. You get your passport.
That's good to know.
Applying for your passport in prison.
Hell, this was the freaking. Hold on, let me try to spin this.
Mhm.
They did a story the other day that was on like national news about the border crisis again, and this major story was about 111 people waiting to get into the U.S. I'm like, holy shit, 111, all of them?
No.
Oh my fucking god!
What? Where are we gonna put them?
Where are we gonna put
Where
them?
are we gonna put them?
In any of the empty
hotels
border
and then-
towns
yeah.
all along Texas, Mexico, or
Or
maybe
how about
anywhere
any
else?
of
I don't know.
There's
any
so
of
many
the empty apartment
fields.
buildings like
There's so many
here in
open
my
fields.
town?
Can't we do tents? There's just
We don't
could
need
give-
to do tents.
We could give
Alright.
people all of Wyoming
Listen,
and just
Sheriff
say go in
Arpaio.
there and like
You need to do the crime before you get the tent,
Yeah.
Sheriff Joe.
There's so many fucking empty apartments here, luxury apartments that are like $2,800 for like one bedroom, one bath that no one can afford. Then just put them in there. That's
Not
fine.
that I would want to go to his prison because it was a human rights travesty, but
They
if
made
I
you
was
wear
in
pink.
if I was in Sheriff Joe's prison, I would have been like the liberal lady in the green hat or the green jacket. They made me put the pink convict outfit on, the stripes. I'd go no. Out
He
in
made
the middle of
everybody in the prison wear pink thongs. And
it was so badass.
Gay!
I love the way he just mistreated all those people.
Yeah,
That's
it
so
was
cool.
It was epic.
They fucking deserve it.
Oh my god, that's almost as bad as the shit. Did you see that fucking? Probably not, because when I saw it, only had like 10 retweets. This guy bought weed yesterday, and then realized when he got home, the bag said it's the prison labor weed, and it's like helping people or growing weed in prison to help people who are in prison for growing weed.
Mhm.
Like, so it's such a fucked up thing.
That's
But they're,
Like-
they're enslaved now?
yeah.
They're doing cannabis shit with prison labor, and it's people who are in there for weed related shit that are doing it.
Oh,
Mhm.
God
that's,
damn.
Like,
Well, I
You-
guess
you just have to like end those like
Bro,
prison
let the weed
sentences.
guys
you
out.
can't have slavery. I guess if it's that
We've
or
had
cotton,
slavery forever.
if it's that or cotton, I would say cotton's
Okay.
worse. Just like the associations and
As
stuff.
long as any of this prison labor weed can go to somebody like a Justin Lingle or a Devin McSweeney, these guys need to be let out for weed related crimes.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Well, they only smoke Delta 8. He gets Delta 8 from New York.
Yeah,
That's
but
healthy.
there's probably an even worse prison operation going on to make that stuff.
The Delta 8
They
prison.
probably got to scrape septic tank walls or something.
Yeah, they
It's an illegal prison
the
where they
moon
make
buds.
My doo-doo bud. I'm smoking my doo-doo buds.
It's Gia Tolentino's basement.
My doo-doo buds. What is this, Vince?
They've got a bunch of Filipino
smoking
people
doo-doo
rolling
buds?
joints.
Yeah, it's like a joint though that you can tell is it's just clearly dog shit. Like rice paper wrapped around it.
What's
Just
that
a
yellow
big,
stuff?
A big long cat turd.
Oh, fucking
Oh
puke.
God!
Just lighting
turd-
it up. Oh,
turd full of hair.
Getting
one of those,
litter
like-
on it.
Getting one of those fancy pre-rolls for stupid people where they're like crystals and shit all over the
Yeah.
side, and it's like $100 extra, but you just roll it around in a cat's litter box.
Just tamping my pack of pre-rolls and getting yellow dog shit all over my hand. My doo-doo buds.
Just wiping your mouth away to get the litter off of it.
Nasty.
Oh,
Yo,
dude. Oh, my
Bogart-
pre-roll got all this litter.
Bogart and my turd J.
My booger roll.
my booger roll.
I gotta smoke this booger real quick.
Oh,
That's the seal.
smoking
put
a
a booger
booger
on
with Justin Lingle.
Just dabbing a booger.
Yo, you guys want to step out and burn a booger with me?
I gotta go
Ew.
burn a booger with Lingle. Be right back.
I would love to fill
Oh,
a bowl
God.
of boogers and make that kid smoke it.
He
Hitting a
would-
booger off a dab nail.
I mean, I would love
Fuck,
to
man,
be
that'd be
his...
so funny to. That'd be so funny to just hold a gun up to him and make him pack a bowl full of dog poop and smoke it. It'd be so. Just the puking from one hit of it.
I think how great would it have been to be his weed dealer, like, growing up, and just literally selling him, like, grass and oregano.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Like
he's
$30.
Mr. I paid for pine cones.
Yeah.
I would give him really good pre-rolls, but I would dip it in antifreeze.
And just no effect on him.
Yeah, he gets smarter. His skin looks better.
His facial hair grows in. He stops looking
Fuck.
like Beavis.
He straight up looks like fucking Sid from Toy Story. If he was
Mhm.
just this, I mean, that would be the age he is. He would be 33 or whatever.
What if Sid was, like, too dumb to, like, destroy toys and like mix them around.
True.
But he had that demeanor like, okay, if you let him around,
Just
an
replace
animal, like, he's gonna try to
all the
kill it.
toys with cats and dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he doesn't really have the interest to play with the toys.
Mm-hmm. Just what
Actually-
if Sid beat off to Lara Croft?
Yeah,
toys?
it all lines up. Just replace the cat with the fire. Yeah, and the firework part too. Yep.
Yeah,
True.
that makes sense.
The big one.
But Sid went
Lingo
on to
spending a
become
social security check on the big one. Just shoot.
Sid
giant
went on to become
fireworks in the sky.
a member of the workforce instead
Oh,
of just
man.
relying on social security companies to pay for him. His uncle's social security company.
Well, him and AR-15 would be in a Christian animated series called Wedgie Tales.
Yeah, look, guys who get bullied in ancient Israel.
Yeah. They'd be Larry and Bob too.
We wandered too close to the Philistines, and they bullied us, and they put us in a dunk tank and put a kick me sign in ancient Aramaic on my back.
I
It
couldn't
fucking
get it all
sucks in
off.
Bible times, dude.
Bro, I'm gonna own Lingo. I'm gonna put a kick they sign on him.
Justin Lingle trying to bring a cat to the temple in Jerusalem for sacrifice. No,
No.
That's
what
a
do you?
pet.
No,
What the
what
fuck?
where did you get that? Whose is that?
Justin Lingle hearing about Jesus being born and bringing him a Lara Croft action figure. Come on, man.
Bringing him a big wad of boogers he's been saving up.
Big booger roll.
Got frankincense, myrrh, and boogers. It came from the Lingle Kingdom.
So nasty.
Just AR, just taking another line of credit,
The three stupid men.
dropping off like 200 gold coins to Jesus. Just to be like, I love you, thank you so much, appreciate you, I hope you have a great day.
The three stupid men, they show up to the birth of Jesus. AR-15 is holding a pizza with an ass print in it. Lingle is holding a pre-roll that's sealed with boogers. And then Moktak just has a bunch of cum in his hands. Just a big
Moktak-
wad of cum.
Moktak's like, well, I brought he's the Frankenstein. He thought it was Frankenstein, they said, not frankincense.
Yeah, I brought Frankenstein.
Frankenstein and mirror.
Put a bolt in my neck.
And of course, Jesus, Melanie is the Virgin Mary, and
Of
Stephen
course.
TV is Joseph.
Yep, he doesn't fuck her. He just
Nope.
sort of takes
He just-
care of her.
Yeah,
And
he
he
gets
also plays
divinely
with wood.
cuckolded.
Plays with his wood all the time, too. Woo! Got him. Fuck
That's right,
you.
he was a tecton.
That's right. Just
We
like
need
that.
a-
First 10 minutes of the pod, we owned all those guys once again.
We need
We're
this
cool.
manger. We need this manger going.
They all have the mange. Woo!
Yeah, I actually own
Let him
this
go.
manger, and I let my grandpa live here for free. It's awesome. The manger's actually on 400 cubits.
I do appreciate the line. It's very like, you know, LaVille-esque, where you're just saying like you own like certain like acreage or like 1.5 like car washes, like LaVille used to say.
Yeah.
And it's just nice to see like those kind of lies come up again, because it's so easy to debunk those. You can look it up. You can look up everything.
Yeah.
And so I just appreciate the brazenness that Lingle has.
I knew a guy that, even until like 2012, 13 on Facebook, this is a guy that I knew like in person for a long, long time. And he would post just pictures from Google Images and lie all the time about like his boat and shit. And it's like, it's not your, like, you could just, it was 2013, you could already, there was tin eye and everything else. Like, oh my God. How?
Like Cooking
That's-
with Jack with that Subway.
This guy was at least 31.
Mm-hmm.
Cooking with Jack wanted people to believe that he was in a subway
Oh
in
my
Thailand.
God. The
Well, I
Thailand,
believe
the
that.
Thai
well,
subway.
no. They just, in that hospital, so in the area, there's a lot of Thai immigrants that live. And
in
so they
Goodlettsville.
need, and yeah, in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. And it's the only subway in the country that is
Wow.
bilingual.
He was posting on Facebook about how he's moving to a new place, and like
Mhm.
you can tell that Tammy's telling him a story about the rabbits and how they're going to move to a big
Yep.
farm upstate, because he's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
we've got this huge property and we're going to build that. There's one house there that's going to go to Jack Jr., and then we're going to build another house for us to live in. And it's like, dude, you got 4 months left. Tammy's building that house for her and her next husband. I don't know what you're talking
He's been
about.
posting a lot about how he hates electric cars. And a day ago, he posted something like that his house lost power, and then makes me think about electric cars and their future. What?
Whoa.
It sucks that Tammy's not 71 years old, so that
Get a generator.
Nate can marry her.
He's got a $3,500 freeze dryer, but you can't get a generator. Really?
But even what do you need? Like your house gets power again. Like you'll be fine. Like
yeah.
electric
Also,
cars,
is your
there's, like-
electric
I don't know,
car
though.
dead?
I would be concerned.
It
because
shouldn't be dead.
He is increasingly relying on more and more machines to keep him alive, so I would be worried about the power not being there too. Who knows what he's got to plug into himself at night?
It's true, but it's like you don't bring your gas car home on zero on the gas meter. You still have some gas to get.
Unless,
And
unless
it
you're
doesn't
going
just-
80.
It doesn't like constantly just burn electricity. Like your car doesn't just burn gas when you're not using it when it's not on.
Yeah, like
So it
if
doesn't
you've got a
make
little
any
bit of
sense.
battery in there, you can drive it to.
Well,
But even if you charge it,
he did say it makes him wonder. So
They have them
who
at
knows?
parking lots now. They have chargers, so it's really there are situations where you wouldn't want an electric car really, but for most applications, it's fine.
There are parts of the road, well, probably in like Silicon Valley nerd areas, but then also Germany, where you can charge your car while you drive along that road.
oh, that's
Damn.
sick.
Pretty crazy.
Like a
I like
third
that.
rail.
Mm-hmm. No,
Damn.
even,
I'll
I
give
don't
you
even
a
know how they
third
do it.
rail.
That it's the same technology as the phone charge, like the touchless phone charging. I think.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
okay, that's pretty sick.
Crazy.
I like
I'm
that.
I
sure
like my
it's like
hybrid.
not super fucking incredibly of a charge, but just the fact that it exists is nuts. I would like to drive along a road that filled my car with gas. That's all.
Yeah, I want to get an electric car, but like the ones I can afford are like the 2015, 2016, and they're fine, but they only get like 80 miles tops,
Yeah.
which is totally fine because all I wanted is for like city driving.
Yeah,
Right?
there's a place to
Drive.
stop.
Yeah, but like you couldn't do that on the road.
When I had
But
a
the
shitty-
newer electric cars, they get when I drove Nate's in California, you got like 300 miles in that one.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're getting better.
This might be well, I don't even know if it's an unpopular opinion. Most people just have cars they can drive whenever, but when I had my shitty car, but I had to take road trips, as you guys knew, I would get a rental, and that was just the fucking best.
Yeah.
Because, like, one, you know you're probably not going to break down because it's a rental, and if you do, they got to come rescue you.
Mhm.
And then, two, like, you don't got to worry about, you just fucking drive the shit out of it. It gives a
Usually
shit.
has XM radio.
Usually has XM radio,
Yeah.
true.
Rentals are nice.
You
It's
get
just,
away
if
with
you don't
smoking.
if you don't take a ton of road trips, it's so worth it to just get a rental for your road trip if your car's like kind of scary to drive far distances. So
It's nice
so much
to like
le-
add that.
way less of a headache.
Like adding that onto a vacation can be nice if you fly somewhere and then you got a new car too. that
Yeah.
you get to
Also,
drive.
think about how much Ubers and shit add up now. It can be very quickly just the price of a rental.
We would fly, like, we used to drive from Akron to Orlando to visit my wife's family. And, like, that's like a 16-hour drive. So sometimes we would find super cheap tickets to, like, fly down. And then we would, like, rent a car and, like, maybe drive back if we had to, like, if it was, like, Christmas time or something. But, like, luckily we found an airport. So sometimes we would just fly back or fly down and then rent a car and just drive that around and then drive it back up to Ohio and like drop it off at the
Yeah.
airport and then
Sweet.
just like drive back because like her car was fine, but my car, that car, like I did not want to take it more than like 4 hours.
It's not worth the risk. Like
No,
you're the one sitting there driving, like looking at all the fucking panels and seeing different lights come on. And, you're like,
and I
"Alright,
drove
awesome."
my bachelor party, which is the year we moved to Raleigh, but I fixed it like a little bit, but I didn't have any AC. And my two friends drove with me from Akron, and they're like, I don't feel like driving. You can drive. And I was like, I don't really want to, but okay, whatever. So I drove my car, and we drove to Cincinnati, which is like 3.5 hours with no AC in my car. And it was like
Yeah,
April,
that's
and we're on the highway, so I have to have the windows out.
That's a sunny drive, though. You don't
Yeah.
get trees that whole way, basically.
And so it was just hot as fuck.
And
It was like
funny
end
enough,
of April.
The last time I drove to Cincinnati was driving my cousin's car down to go to a concert, and it was
Mhm.
September as well. And I remember still getting hot as fuck driving down there because
Yeah.
then the sun set the entire way.
And when we drove back, we were all hungover, and like we still had no AC in my car, and it was just like miserable fucking drive.
Did you guys ever go to the Noah's Ark Museum?
No,
No,
I've
we've
seen
talked
it.
about it.
That's right over the river, I think, from Cincinnati.
Yeah, because my sister lives in Louisville, so like we would drive down there all the time, and we'd always pass by it. But then in Orlando, they have the Christian theme park where Boston
Really?
Dad was playing as Pontius Pilate this Christmas time. Yeah, they have this huge
Oh,
theme park right
yeah.
off of 40. I forget what it's called, but it's like they show you like the Noah's Ark. They show you all this kind of shit from like the Old Testament up until like early parts
Holy
of
Land.
Jesus. Yeah, Holy Land. So you can see it from right off the highway.
It's permanently
Orlando
closed
just
now.
has what?
Closed. Looks like COVID closed it for good.
No, because I think
Why?
Boston Dad.
Closed March
Those people
14th,
don't
2020.
In Florida? Really? Maybe it was like an insurance thing.
I mean, it
some
closed,
sort of
it
liability.
closed literally the day that like everything shut down in America
Interesting.
and never reopened.
because in like Christians in Florida, those are the least likely people to mask and shit.
They did file bankruptcy like ironically around the same time.
Yeah, it was probably just not making money, and that's what happened with the Outline. Where as soon as that happened, we're like, oh yeah, this is why we're shutting down. It's not because
that's
we bought
crazy.
too many beanbags.
Then I wonder where
didn't-
Boston Dad was doing his fucking, because it looked like Holy Land.
There's another
yeah.
one I think, but who knows?
It could just be a pageant,
But yeah, it could have been. But
like
like
a
Holy
church
Land,
pageant.
you can. It's probably still like right on the side of the highway. But it was so funny just driving by, and my wife would be like, "Yeah, like that's like just an insane place." And I think she got dragged there once with like her step parents or something. I forget. But she said it was just like very weird going because they were not.
Yeah.
She was not Christian or anything. Like I grew
There
up
used
like
to
going
be-
to Catholic school, but she has no, and like her sibling came out when they were like 11, and so they all got bullied. So it was just like, well, fuck.
Oh, are
church,
they
fuck
Christian?
everything. Yes, they are. Yeah, now they
Okay,
are.
yeah, they're devoutly Christian.
They're non-binary siblings.
I'm
very
the
Christian.
evangelical they them.
There used to be another Christian theme park that closed like it was like that one closed in like 2008 or something, but it was down in either Arkansas or Alabama or something.
Noah's
that's-
Arkansas.
That's the place where we were in Nova Iguaçu, Brazil on GeoGuessr one day, and there was this little carnival type park in the middle of this city, and there was a the Chicks themed ride, and I had to fucking track down where it was from, and they'd bought it from the closed Christian theme park.
Wow.
Now it's just in this random town in Brazil.
Yeah, evangelical
Like, we don't
Christianity.
know who the
That's growing
fuck the
fast
Dixie
down there.
Chicks are. It's hilarious.
That's where it's growing the fastest is Brazil, and I think another country like that. I forget which one.
That's and pretty much any. I mean, that's happening here too. We talked about it's all the fucking.
It's because Brazil is like America on a delay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like they were 30 years after us abolishing slavery, so
that's quite the delay.
yeah, they get our old stuff. They get our old stuff.
They get
It's
the
awesome.
hand-me-downs. It's
They
little
get the
bro.
hand-me-downs.
Brazil's little bro.
Little bro.
Fuck. You guys ever read about Henry Ford's attempt at making a town down there? Fordlandia.
No. I can imagine it's probably insane though.
Fordlandia, Brazil. Yeah, there's actually some good documentaries about it on YouTube, but you should check it out sometime. It is a crazy story, but it did not go well, and it was a very evil thing. There's still a population there of like, there are people that are like the descendants of the workers that didn't die and / stay there. It's crazy. Very, very strange.
Trying to defend yourself against like the Nazi allegations. Like what's this blue-eyed blonde guy doing here in Brazil? Like
Oh, well,
where's your
it's actually
grandfather?
Ford.
No, I came
No.
over with Henry Ford. I came over with Henry Ford.
But
It
not
wasn't a
because
Nazi
of that. Yeah, not
because of not because of
that.
that. I like the cars. I like the cars.
Dude, there's so much new coverage on Google Maps from the past year up in the Amazon, but it's such depressing coverage because so much you'll be driving along, it's like this lush green forest, and all of a sudden just literally on fire, not even burnt, but on fire, like while the car is driving through it.
Yeah.
Rainforest, and you're like, fuck, man.
They got to farm some beef, ship it down the river.
Yeah.
Lula's working on it.
Cut that shit down. Get some ranches out there.
Get some cows out there. Oh yeah, bud.
Settler
I'll go for
colonialism.
meat.
It's still going.
There's actually some big, wide, beefy cows that's it's a GeoGuessr meta for parts of Brazil, and Rondônia and Acre, and up in other parts of the Amazon.
Akron. Oh, there's an Akron in Ohio too, bud. Oh,
Yeah, that's some
where I'm
fertile
from.
ass soil.
Oh my god. I have this one location where it's just the reddest soil I've ever fucking seen. Brazil, of course. It's crazy.
Indigenous people did agriculture deep in the Amazon, and then I think they stopped at some point
Mhm.
in the pre-Columbian era. But
Yeah, when they got McDonald's. They got
when they got
Timmy's.
McDonald's, that's
They
right.
DoorDash everything. Why do I need to? Why do I need to grow it?
some of the Huron brought down a thing of Timmy's. It was awesome.
Oh,
All that shit was there in the pre-Columbian era.
indigenous man with no contact with the world wearing this fucking like straw avalanche hat.
Oh yeah.
It's an A on it for Amazon. Let's go.
Oh, that's
I
my
support
Amazon.
the Amazons. We played that ball with
Amazonas.
you pass the rock back and forth.
You gotta throw the ball through the hoop. They're like, oh yeah.
We play
Brazil's
rock soccer.
Brazil's a fucking crazy country. Very diverse.
I'd love to go someday.
I
Yeah,
just like
explore it.
I like reading about. There's so many weird parts of it and different tribes and languages and shit. Crazy.
It's one of the big countries.
And there's even a big German city full of Germans, which is weird. Blumenau.
I can't wait to.
I'm glad we don't have those here.
I need to touch up on my Spanish and then go to Brazil, and I can
Yeah,
speak with
that's right.
everybody.
Touch up on your German and your Portuguese.
Now what? What?
People just think you have a speech
No, it's
impediment.
not
It's fine.
Portugal. It's Brazilian. There's like a Brazilian languages down there, man.
If you go to Brazil and speak Spanish, they just think you're disabled. They won't be mean to you.
That's good. Because I would be mean to them.
Yeah, same goes for Portugal.
Yeah,
That's stupid.
if you're Portuguese and you go to Spain, they're not going to correct your pronunciation
Going to
because they're like, I don't know if this guy got kicked or like if he has a, I don't know his medical history.
trying to learn a bunch of Senegalese. You go to Senegal and they just speak French and English. You're like, fuck, I fucking learn this shit.
Wasting
Trying to
my
work at
fucking
Akon
time.
City. I want to put the second block down for Akon City. They put the first one down.
The 6 million. Where's my
I
other?
could do number two.
I think I could get another 6 million people some electricity.
It's so awesome that he pitched a second Akon City in Uganda when he didn't even build the first one at all.
How are they supposed to know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess they just didn't figure it out. The awful current president of Uganda.
Oh man, that place is fucked right now.
I support the opposition leader, Bobi Wine, because he's a cool musician.
True, and he's not fucking giving gays the death penalty for being gay.
Yeah, he's less
That's a
homophobic.
pretty good point.
That's also why Lingle has the Ugandan flag in his name, by the way.
Yeah, it's so
Yeah,
like, why
I
don't
know.
you go there, man? Why don't you go over there?
Because I remember when he was tweeting about it, and it's just like, oh, you little fucking rat bastard. If you weren't protected by your electric collar, I'd be over there in Eldred, PA, beating her ass.
Yeah, he just
Boy.
doesn't have to interact with a single other human being ever,
He's not
other
allowed
than
to.
his grandma.
As soon as he graduated high school, they were like, all right, well, his human interaction days are over. Let's try to not let him go completely feral, but we gotta lock him up.
It'd be fun
Send him
to
his
fly
Yeah, he's one of
over
those
to-
guys that had a permanent snow day.
It'd
Yeah.
be fun
Finish
to,
high school and it's a permanent snow day.
it'd be fun to so true. It'd be fun to fly over him with one of those drones you see like combat footage from, but just dropping like this big like perfect circle of shit. Where he looks
I imagine like
bringing
flying
it
a
back to
drone.
the Amazon, bringing it back to the
Yeah.
Amazon. That drone footage of the uncontacted indigenous people, but it's a drone flying over Lingle, and
I
he's
was about to
throwing
say.
the toy bat.
Yeah, he's got like he's got Lara Croft figures like on arrows, and he's like firing them at the drone.
God damn it. he would be throwing his little bat. He throws a rock straight up and it lands on him.
It's him throwing the bat and like freaking out as soon as it's gone. Like he doesn't have any object permanence. He's like, huh? Where'd it
No,
go?
he has a box of them.
I love those videos when guys are trying to break storefront windows with a brick and it bounces off and hits him. One guy with the center block just hits him in the head and he's just knocked out and laying there when the cops get there.
Reinforced glass.
You gotta feel
They
like such a
should-
fucking. Can you imagine, man? God damn it.
It's always on camera too.
Yeah, of course.
How come that never happens with a deer?
Yeah.
Every
Because
time a
deer are
deer goes
stronger.
through, it just goes. I guess it is. Does a deer weigh more than a brick?
Probably, yeah.
Google.
Well,
it.
not in a space. In a vacuum, no. If you put them in a vacuum, they would weigh the same.
Let's see. ChatGPT in space. Does a deer weigh as much as a
Because
brick?
if a brick weighs the same as a feather in a vacuum,
Did you guys see
Then
that
a
story about the
deer.
professor asking ChatGPT to determine if his students cheated or not, and it falsely said yes, so now all their diplomas are being withheld? Because like,
no.
it's a fucked up story. Very
That's
Reddit.
so
It's so
funny.
awesome.
It was also like I think it's a Texas A&M rodeo instructor that did it.
Like
I
how,
mean, who gives a shit if people cheated or not?
There's
Like at a
questions-
certain point, it's like
there's some questions they can answer to like get their diploma still, and it's questions like if you had to feed 3 farrowing pigs, blah blah blah. Like, oh my god, it's literally farming questions. It was a
Mhm.
farmer final.
you're kind of missing out if you don't pay attention to anything in undergrad and you
Mhm.
cheat at everything because it's like you are supposed to pay
You're
attention to
unprepared.
some of it.
Yeah.
It's not like you're gonna be Like anything in undergrad is like professional, really. Like you're gonna blow something up at your first job if you
People
don't go
need to
class.
stop
But, like,
reaching for
I don't
ChatGPT for everything. Ask
Yeah.
ChatGPT. Shut the fuck up. Like, I had ChatGPT write me an apology. Like, that's awesome, man. You're a fucking freak.
Why are you apologizing so much?
It's not-
Yeah.
Like there are things that should be mechanized because they're hard and tedious, and then things like that,
Mhm.
like just like writing an email. Like, why can't you do that? Just do it, you asshole. How lazy are you? You
Very.
can't type?
That's
Also,
why-
though,
bro,
like
it's so
it's
annoying.
super clear when people are cheating on that stuff because there was that like post going around where it was just like, oh,
As an AI.
yeah,
Yeah.
as an AI, I can't really
No,
comment
it's
on
Al.
this.
It's
And,
Al.
like,
My name's
because
Al.
everybody who does that is like just copying and pasting. They're not even like, oh, let me like
Yeah, no proofreading at
rewords.
all.
Yeah, like they're just the same people would copy and paste from websites and then just be like, oh, damn, I got caught.
It also has way better grammar than the average person, even college students.
People are using that shit for just random shit. There was some WoW streamer the other day like, hey, what quest should I do this quest or this quest first? And some guy in chat's like, ask ChatGPT. And I replied to him just as random. I said, shut the fuck up.
Ask
so
a magic
annoying.
8-ball. Oh,
Yeah, I know,
God,
it is. That's
It's the
exactly
same
what-
fucking idiots that were into NFTs, and then they were into, now they're into ChatGPT, and they were into Midjourney, and every single new thing, they're like, oh, this is so cool.
Here's how they're using it as well. They go, fascism, I haven't heard of that. ChatGPT, what is fascism and is it bad? And like, that's how they fucking are finding out about the world. And so much of that shit is like gonna be wrong or skewed or fucked
Yeah.
up. It's
It's
so
like-
annoying,
It's
man.
a lazier Google.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
Oh,
You have
I
to read
can't
more,
look it
though,
up.
than Google.
Yeah, but you don't
And
have to
type
read
more.
through it. You don't have to read through it. You can just be like,
Yeah.
oh, what is that? Oh,
copy
damn.
and paste it to whoever you're debating.
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, it kind of feels like on those websites where there's a thing that pops up in the corner that says, talk with a live person.
Mhm.
Yes.
And I just don't really want to. I don't
Also,
want to. I want to look for
These
it on the
same
website.
losers that talk to ChatGPT more than they talk to humans and they say please to it.
It's so funny to say
Please.
It's the same as like, but then also I love the people that are like get into arguments with like the AIs. It's like, okay, great. What are you like 11 and you're talking to Smarter Child on AIM? Like just
Yes, that
like,
is
fuck,
also
why are
what
you
it is.
wasting your time?
Smarter Child is wrong about the the weather.
Hey
not
dumbass. Hey dumbass AI. Like, oh gosh, check this out.
Oh, it's so annoying. Can you guys
It's
believe
cool.
this? Can you guys believe this AI can talk to me?
I argued with Smarter Child and put it on Bebo.
Put in text prompts and it gives me prompts back. It's crazy.
Hey, I know
It's
no one
crazy.
else wants to talk to me, but look at this thing.
How many kids are out there with Chat GPT? Is it safe to drink to have this oxycodone if I've had 6 beers? Like they're gonna be doing this shit, man.
The pills with the poop emoji stamp, what are they?
Fuck.
I think
Those
it's
are
good.
meth.
It needs to be more restrictive, saying I can't answer this for you because you're stupid. Go look it up.
Mhm. You are. It should just provide you with links to read, not say stuff. It should just be like, here's a link, click this.
Yeah, it should just turn into Google.
Yeah.
Like, there's a Wikipedia article about it. Why can't you read it? Is it that hard to just read it? Why do you
Yeah.
have to have something reword it to you? You
Yeah, it is
asshole?
hard to read, okay? I hate reading. It's fucking lame as shit.
It's true.
The internet's too hard. The thing I've always said about the internet is that information is just too hard to get. I just don't know where to learn about basic
it's
subjects.
right at my fingertips, but how do I grab it? How do I grab it?
I need a new thing to summarize it to
It's
me.
like explain like I'm 5, but it's explain like I'm retarded.
Explain like I bought an NFT. Oh, okay.
Fuck. Chat NFT. Dumber, even dumber version.
Yeah, you're a Lenny. If you're using ChatGPT to explain anything to you, you're just a Lenny.
Tell me what it's going to be like when you take me to see the rabbits. We're not like other people. Not you and me. We're not like other people because we stand up for each other, and we're going to own our little own piece of land, and we're going to live off the fat of the land, and we're going to have rabbits, and we're going to have cats. But you better not let those cats get those rabbits.
I was making a joke this morning to a friend about a conservative browser that protects me from woke, but then I realized last year that is what they launched. It's called Tusk. It's a browser that's supposed to be for conservatives, and it's supposed to not censor your free speech. And I'm like, what kind of browser do you want to see everything on, man? What are you looking for?
I know,
What does
right?
that even mean? Like, it
What's this
doesn't.
all about?
It doesn't check HTTPS.
I think it's probably just like a Chromium browser with no safe search.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
You can Google nipple and it'll show you naked nipples instead of like a bottle nipple.
I guess. I trying to imagine what that would be any different, because it's not like Chrome like blocks you from going to the Fox News website or something.
Yeah. It doesn't block you from like anything other than like stuff it views as like a virus, and even then it doesn't.
I saw this fucking nasty trailer trash looking guy on TikTok today talking about this and that, and he was like an anti-abortion guy, and he had public likes, and all of his likes were literally breastfeeding TikToks.
Man,
Fuck
God
yeah.
damn it, dude. Oh, it's so fucking...
Oh, I'm on the Tusk browser website, and guess what their newest invention is?
Ooh.
Jipper AI, a modified AI chatbot technology that promotes conservative values and free speech, that aligns with patriots and independent thinkers' point of view. The Jipper, that was
Jipper?
Ronald Reagan's nickname in old movie.
Okay.
So they're just rebranding ChatGPT.
Wait, is it
and
Jipper or Gipper?
I thought it was Gipper.
Maybe it's Gipper.
I guess we've got the
Jipper's
GIF
the really
thing going
racist
on,
version.
huh?
It's for Romas.
Oh yeah, he shouldn't have called himself that.
I can say it.
I'm still trying to figure out how this is any different than Chrome. It allows you to determine the sources of your news.
So it'll just filter out like anything that you might disagree with.
Tusk forces sites to use HTTPS connections when available. Okay, so Chrome.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's nothing. It's just
theirs.
Oh, Mercedes Schlapp and Matt Schlapper on the advisory board. Matt Schlapp, that guy that like he did gay rape to like an intern or something, and he got in trouble.
Holy shit.
You can't do that.
Meat slap. That's what I used to call him
It's
on Twitter.
completely the same. There's nothing.
Yeah,
There's
but
just
like
nothing.
that's
But it's
what are you
called
surprised
Tusk.
that they're
That's
like
cool.
tricking dumb fucks?
Oh yeah, it's very funny. It's like
Yeah.
a Let's Go Brandon token.
Yeah. It's just, I mean,
So
all of this shit's the
random.
same, and they're just being tricked. And that's Tom's political corner.
Yep.
All this shit is the same.
It was awesome when they got
insane.
them to donate money to build the wall, even
Oh,
though
yeah.
Trump already said they were going to do it with taxpayer money.
That's
And
a good
then they just took all the money. And it was some guy in a wheelchair with no limbs, too. So it's kind of funny to get scammed by a guy with no limbs.
You know what that guy's name would be if he was in the leaves, Alex?
What?
Russell.
Oh, wow.
You know what his name would be if he was in the water, Alex?
What?
Bob.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
That
It's
was my
different. It's
grandpa's-
crazy that it's...
One of my grandpa's favorite jokes, the no limb man jokes.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. There was some more, but I forgot them.
He was allowed to say him. He also didn't have any limbs.
That's true.
Well, now I guess.
Yeah.
Nope.
Do bones count as limbs?
No, of course not.
Like, I guess
got no
like
meat on it.
when Fat He didn't have the meat on the bone, I guess you wouldn't say that he had a toe?
Yeah.
If it was just a piece of bone sticking out?
I bet he looked at his
God.
feet like a piece of, like a ham, like a cartoon.
I'm laughing thinking
Like the
about
dog
just him having like a skeleton foot. I'm just like,
Ew.
oh,
That's
check out
what's
the
going to
skeleton
happen.
foot,
He's going to
bud.
go to the doctor. I got to
He's
get
got
my
no
bandage
meat.
wrapped.
He's got no meat. It's just like a cartoon
rattling.
skeleton.
Oh yeah, I got my schmeat.
He's walking around and rattling.
He's just clinking
Clinking
bones
around.
together.
Oh, Amanda's rattling my bones again.
Oh, it's cold out there. Shaking me to my bones.
He's
Scraping
trying
up,
to jump my bones.
scraping up the wood paneled floor in Spike's house with his bone foot.
His heel is like just tearing
Ah,
across
it's like getting sharper.
Yeah.
the
He's got
linoleum
bone
floor.
spurs.
Oh, I got bone spurs, bud.
I gotta better get back to the cemetery.
Just losing all the weight on his foot, like the meat on his foot, and be like, oh, I lost 5 pounds, y'all. Let's go.
He's always calling places a haunt. That's a nice little haunt. Fuck.
Somehow
Unwrapping his
still
bandage and putting the new one on, and you're pulling a clump of dog hair out of the wound.
alive.
Oh, what? Oh.
And
He's in
just,
like forceps, and he's like, oh yeah.
just popping it right into your mouth. Oh, that's a
Yum.
nice little snack.
Uh,
What? Problem?
One of those and some hot peppers from a plant that we forgot to water already.
Well,
I looked at the picture of
You gotta
those plants,
stress
and they
them.
were like, they weren't even big plants. They were like seedlings.
Mm-hmm.
They were like the $2 seedlings. So they went all the way to the Home and Garden Center to get 3 seedlings.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure they're not going to water them.
Here, I'm
And
gonna
also,
send
there
this-
was a frost last night.
I'm gonna send this picture to in this chat here. This is what CJ's up to now, Alex.
I don't think he has a monitor that big.
So
True.
for the audience,
He's one of those
it's,
guys that's just always like on his phone and
just 2 legs and then big Discord.
Daddy Dom on his phone
Maybe we
in
can make
bed.
that the episode art.
Yeah, that's good.
So
I like that.
Oh, that's one of my new pictures that I send people when I'm like, I'm waiting. We argue with somebody and they don't answer it. I'm waiting.
Waiting for Kitten to get on.
God.
Or when they're
Laying
like,
down in bed, you're like,
yeah, well, I said a WoW Discord, like, someone's like, you're fucking mad. I'm like, no, I'm not. Look how calm I am. And they were like, Jesus, kill yourself. Oh! Losing
Trying
my
to.
fucking mind, man. Just seeing my big elephant legs
just crossed casually.
crossed.
And then there's like, it doesn't even make sense visually what it is because there's a monitor in front of him. But I guess it's like at the end of his bed.
Yeah,
It's like some fucked up like rig like that where it's like a,
So
a keyboard on the
I
bed.
don't even want to know where it's from. It's fucking-
That stuff just it gives me
Also, like-
anxiety. It reminds me of like old
he has
moon
like
rigs.
Yeti leg hair too.
I know.
It just cuts
But like
off.
the more you sort of look at the foot, you could sort of convince yourself it's like just like a weird picture of a hand. Like so it kind of looks like an arm too.
True.
You don't know. It's weird looking.
It's awesome.
I like it.
I'm waiting.
I can't wait for you to tweet that picture and then in like 6 months I see it on Instagram.
Yeah. That happens. That's always
Let's
a
make this
compliment.
guy famous.
That happened recently to the foot up on the bed, like on the shade.
The Minions.
Yeah,
Fans
the
guy?
Minions fans guy.
That's one
I
of the
saw
best
like
pictures ever.
I saw like 4 people sharing that. And
Yeah, you know
like,
when it's
on
the
their
really
story.
fucking artifacted version, I'm like, you don't have the good version.
Yeah.
You have the really shitty saved version.
It's good when that stuff gets into the ecosystem and it becomes like one of the canonical funny pictures.
Mm-hmm.
It's just such a perfect one for anyone commenting like out of their zone on anything. Like,
Yeah,
this
it's
is
my
you right
favorite
now.
picture.
The
Just
guy with the gun to his head, that's another good one.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
He's like
I
covered
love
in
that
paint
one.
and he
One
sent it
covered
to a
in paint.
porn star.
yeah.
Him in the
one's-
mirror, just an old
I
guy
love that.
with an actual gun to his head.
Yeah, anything that's like I don't know why it's always making me laugh. Anything that's like an extreme suicidal ideation type pic like that, where it's just so dramatic and like an eye roller sort of.
I think he likes Jared Leto.
That's so awesome.
Jared Leto used to do that.
Do you
Jared Leto.
remember the picture that that woman with the Nazi tattoo on her neck that I found?
Yeah.
And she looked like one of the coffee aliens from Men in Black.
Yeah, so nasty.
And she would post with like pictures with her gun like pointing at her swastika right here on her neck under her ear.
That's why she had it there. She's showing them fuck Nazis.
Yeah, I hate Nazis.
God damn.
I don't. All that stuff is on my old account.
Sad.
Bring it back, Elon. Give me my pictures back. Actually, don't, because I'm just gonna
Yeah,
delete it.
If you didn't get banned for racism, you're not getting unbanned.
That's true. Well, maybe there's a chance. What? Nothing.
So funny. Oh my god. Good times. Good times on Twitter.
Oh, but too bad it's going away. Now follow me at tomonhere.bluesky.social.hub.
Bluesky.
.pornhub.
Yep.
No one's invited us to that. It's fucked up.
MP4.
I
Why do you
wouldn't
think I
go
hate
on
it?
it,
Why
but
do you think I hate it so bad?
I don't think
just
I've got an
lonely.
invite because I'm always talking crud on it, but it's true.
That's
what
true.
I say. They didn't open up open invites 3 weeks ago now, and that's when the hype was, and now it's gone, and no one cares. And the only people that are still posting about it are the losers that have no friends over there.
Mm-hmm. Come back over here with me.
yeah, it's
there
funny
was
that
that
people
article.
are like they're posting on Twitter about Blue Sky.
Yeah, that's what
And
annoyed me
why
the
do you have
most.
to do that?
When I forget who it was, just some guy, and like they're just like, oh, look, check out my posts over here, and it's like, if your posts are so good over there, don't post it over here. Stay over there,
Mhm.
please.
That goes for
But then there was
everyone.
that article. They were talking about like, oh, Blue Sky is a new thing by Jack. It's gonna be so cool. The feed's so great, and like they're like, oh, you know, like on my For You page, it was just like all like ass and boobs, and it's like, well, that's what it is on Twitter too. Like, doesn't matter.
If
Like,
there's one thing that makes Twitter great, it's all the people that got Blue Sky invites first. All the tech writers, the
all the
journos.
people who got
Taylor
banned,
Lorenz.
all the
Yep.
people who got banned recently for like doing impersonation right before they lost their blue check, and then coming back and be
True.
like, "Where are all my friends?" And now their follower count is like a quarter of what they had before,
Mhm.
and they're just bitter and mad.
Don't
you
get
have
your
to be
big
born in
account banned.
1979 to get a Blue Sky invite.
Fuck.
One day later, you're done.
Oh well, I was so close.
somebody asked Hassan. Well, I mean, they kept asking him, "Are you gonna be on Blue Sky?" Like the losers that are on there. And finally, the other day he answered. He's like, "You guys keep asking me this," and I finally went because I didn't have an invite yet. But then I checked my business email, and they gave me like 30 invites. But I don't really want to fuck with this. I'm just gonna let them sit there. It's so funny.
He's right.
Dude, you should donate them.
Oh, shut up. People were literally saying that.
God.
And there's also people being like, "You're actually harming people by not handing those out because..."
That's right.
That's so funny.
I would be harming people.
I'm throwing them in the trash.
Yeah,
Throwing them
like,
in the trash.
He's like, "I don't care." He's like, I don't care.
No. Why would you? Why? Nothing's going on over there. You're
Like
just
Alex
posting.
said, if you have to keep coming back to post your fucking shit, hey,
Yeah,
hey.
Remember Hello.ai or whatever it was?
a little bit.
Do you remember Ello?
I remember.
Hello, that's what I'm
yeah.
thinking of.
Ello,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, there have been so many sites like that, and it just, I don't know how you get the momentum going to make it the new website.
You
but
don't, because
Well,
no one's gonna
it
leave.
never happens.
Or you at least have open signups on the day when you have your media day, where it's the
Yeah,
big
that's
fucking
also
cover
true.
story and shit.
Yeah, send everyone over there. Do a big PR push.
But
it was
even
also
then-
during like a bunch of, that was during the checkmark shit too. Would have been the perfect time. But now it's like, not only that, did you see the checkmarks are even back to the non-Twitter blue checkmarks? Just say this account's verified.
Yes, I saw that.
It doesn't even say Twitter Blue anymore for those people.
Mhm.
If you don't pay for Twitter Blue and you're just verified, it just says you're verified again without the Twitter Blue shit.
They've walked all that
They
stuff
walked
back.
yeah.
So it's
so
just like
funny.
it's everybody's just having like constant fights over just bullshit.
I still love
Online. It's
Twitter
so cool.
and
Oh yeah, that's where all my friends are.
I posted my
And it's
bitch
funny.
earlier. If you guys didn't, I posted my bitch. That woman with the fucking, those braids. I love white women with fake
Oh, let me see.
black women hair braids glued to their
Mhm.
head.
It looks great.
Just glued extensions on her head as a white woman. It's so dope.
I love all of those women. I've been so I haven't really like gone on my Facebook as much, but there's some heartwarming guys that I was following on there that, you know, like were really bad like a few years ago, and now they're like, "Oh, I'm totally clean. I'm getting married. I've been clean for like 2 years."
Oh
And,
yeah,
like they're
I
posting
love
pictures of
those.
their wives. I'm like, "Oh, this is so nice. It's so good to see like these guys that are just like doing great." And they're like, "Yeah, I
Yeah.
just got a promotion. Like I'm like my wife, like we're so." They're just like, he's posting pictures of them like fishing. It's
I love
so
shit
nice to
like
see.
that.
Me too.
It's the best. There's one guy. I think he just celebrated his like 5th year of sobriety, and that's probably would have been like 3 months after I friended him on Facebook when he was just this fucking tongue out prison
Yeah.
tattoo guy, and now he's like a warehouse manager and a drug counselor outside of Seattle. He has like a ranch. It's like, all right, man,
That's awesome.
Yeah,
fucking doing great.
yeah.
Good
It's
for
like
him.
because I went through and like I just
It's so
like,
rare, but to see it happen,
Yeah,
it's so cool.
I just friended like all the Hamilton guys who were just tongues out, like
yeah.
wannabe like white rappers. And
There was that one
and
Charles
they just
guy from
disappeared.
Hamilton with fucking 40
Mhm.
accounts. Charles
Yeah.
something. He's
Oh,
definitely
fuck.
not.
Austin.
He
No.
definitely is not recovering. That was the
No,
dude
But
who
'cause,
would
like-
get out of prison and immediately just start threatening to kill people on Facebook
Mhm.
every time.
and that's funny, but it's also like this guy's some serious issues.
There was a
But
long
they-
time when Tom and I knew the Hamilton Facebook guys like we knew them in real life. Like
Yeah, I
their
still
names
kind of
and their
do.
goings on and shit. Yeah, if I go back and look at my fake Facebook feed, like it's all the same guys anyway.
Yeah, and that's why it's been that guy, because that guy didn't pop. He didn't post on Facebook for like a year.
Mhm.
And you know, well, usually when that happens, like then you start seeing like on the birthday, it's like R.I.P. R.I.P. We miss you. But like he popped up again, and he's like engaged to like a really nice, normal looking woman, and he looks normal. And, like this, like despite like all the tattoos, he's just like doing good, and it's like, oh, this is so heartwarming. It's so nice to see when
Yeah,
these guys are just
glad they
like
get better.
improving their life. Yeah.
What part of the state is Hamilton in?
Oh, down south, like by Cincinnati.
Yeah,
okay.
another river town
Yeah,
where everybody dies from heroin.
yeah. Basically, like
Worst area for all the river cities down there.
one of the worst cities in
Why is that? Deindustrialization?
Ohio.
Mills along the river?
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just-
just super poor too, and
Yeah, I mean it's very like downtrodden, and like they have not gotten
really
anything.
high crime for like population as
Mhm.
well. It gets wild all down that area too. There's random cities like that too, where it's just like hot spots for just bad shit. Like Muncie,
Yeah, it's
Indiana
just-
is a huge one too.
But Muncie's the other. Muncie's
Muncie's
like Muncie and
fucking
Hamilton are just
Crazy. It's a city you don't ever hear about otherwise, unless it's just a murder or a kid stealing a car.
But those guys, like, the thing with those Hamilton guys is they'll post on Facebook, and when they get out of jail, and they'll be like, I'm going to kill you, Charles Atwood. And then, like, Charles Atwood posts, like, I'm going to fucking kill you, Timothy Dalton. And then they'll be like, they'll make another post like, this bitch Sheila is a snitch. She went to the cops. And then they'll tag like 40 other people in it. And then you see in the comments, there's like all these people just fucking arguing. Like, I know where you live. My cousin gave you a ride last week and you were being a fucking asshole.
And then there's one guy commented like, I don't know any of you. Why the fuck am I tagging?
And the cops know all those people's Facebooks too.
Yeah.
Like the cops are aware of that shit. They're probably friends with half those people.
It's all public because that's how you see it pop up on the page when someone gets tagged.
Yeah, they don't have private accounts or anything, and they're just arguing, and then they're like, there'll be people like posting like their guns, and people posting like, then the guys are great because like on the Facebook marketplace, they'll start posting like, PS4, like $100, and you're like, where'd you get that, man? Like I got 10 of them.
Well, I mean, those
like,
those are
catalytic
the guys,
converter, $500.
well, no, those are also the guys that'll be like, potted plant, $650. There's a fucking pistol in the background. That's what they're really selling. There's a fucking handgun just sitting there. Like, oh, that's $650. Yeah, sure. I want to look at the potted plant. I want to try it out. It's fucked up.
God damn.
So it's like it's interesting to go through and just like look at everything and see them, and you can find some really funny pictures. But then it's just really dark at times.
It's exactly what Mark Zuckerberg envisioned when he made it. I think if those guys had Meta and they could hang out virtually and get work out their differences with their Meta avatars, I think we'd be onto something there. But they need legs
Meta
first.
shutting down.
Yeah, it sucks. It could have been something amazing. Can you imagine those guys just going into a bar together on Meta and be like, talk to each other like me's?
And just not having any like bottles to throw at each other, so they have to talk things through.
Yeah, they have these little ball hands that float on each side. They're trying to flip each other off, and they're like,
No, they need projectiles.
Just little me's.
Yeah, they're hanging out.
There has to be a way to have a
They're hanging
duel.
out in the fucking Switch lobby, the Mario Kart lobby, waiting to start. Like that's what they look like. They're sitting there like,
Metopia.
yeah.
I honestly think they would settle a lot of their differences if they just had to be in a room together but couldn't fight.
True.
Yeah, like PvP was turned off.
Mm-hmm. And like they can't do damage to each other. They're like swinging a baseball bat and like it's just kind of going through them. And then they're like, all right, well maybe we should actually focus on
Just fucking up the walls trying to hit each other with
And it's
bats.
just because like one of them dated each other's cousin and like didn't call her back or something.
To be fair though, growing up, that's how all the guys got through anything. If there's any shit going on, at least with my friends, I would have friends that just beat on each other for like a quick 45 seconds and be like, truce, yeah. Ugh, fucking bloody lips and shit. All right.
We never had anything like serious like that. And like occasionally in high school, like people would get into like their the high school, like Catholic school fight. Yeah, Catholic school fight where you wrestle for like 30 seconds and everybody's tired.
Start kissing.
And then you're just like, you're looking around for a teacher to like,
punches thrown.
You're looking around for a teacher to get you out of the fight. Oh, this should be coming anytime soon.
So funny.
Yeah,
Getting
the
choked
zero
out.
punch
Please,
fight.
call it. So awesome.
Zero punch fight was a good grade school sort of thing. I think freshman year, there was one that was supposed to be like a big fight. And I just remember being like, well, my sister drives me, so I can't stay. I gotta go home. I'm not watching this shit.
We were on the
like,
perfect age for the fucking UFC wannabe kids to be popping up in high school.
Oh,
so bad.
Well,
that's what Romeo, Michigan was. That's why I saw so many fights.
The kid that
thought they were going to be
that,
the next GSP.
Yeah, one of the kids left the school and like after that, and the other kid, he was just like one of those like I took Taekwondo as like a kid, and then he would work out in the gym trying
to become GSP, but you end up DSP.
He would wear chainmail when he was in the gym because it added 25 pounds to like
You've
his
mentioned this kid before, but it's that kid. Okay.
Yeah, it's that kid.
That's dope.
So he would like get into like squabbles with people, and then he would be in the gym and like he would take off the chainmail and be like, all right, like we're gonna work on the core, and he would like ask his friends to like punch him in the stomach. But the kids he was friends with were just like spindly little like weak wrist kids. It's just like would break their wrist if they actually like hit him. But he wasn't like big or anything. He was just like a normal kid.
His dobbies punch him.
Yeah, it sounds loud.
It is.
running around with chainmail on.
It adds 25 pounds, dude.
Probably very annoying.
Dude, that guy's a ghetto gangster wearing all that chain.
Only if it's gold. Silver's classy. It's English. It's classy.
No. Didn't know
My
that.
silver chainmail. I have to polish it. It's really hard.
It looks gross. I didn't
It's a
polish it
family
well.
heirloom. I stole it from my mom.
Gold chainmail would be dope.
Yeah, my family used to be in the medieval era.
Paranoid guy that wears chainmail, but he wears under his shirt with no shirt under it. All day he's like,
Pinching his nipples.
pulling his hair.
Yeah, pulling his chest hair out. It's a bunch, like thousands of pairs of tweezers all around you.
He's so uncomfortable. You're on like a flight.
Just well, he's
How do you
walking
get
around
to the metal
grocery store.
detector?
Yeah,
How do you get to the metal
trying to
detector
be
with
cool and just
chainmail?
keep getting hairs pulled and pinched.
Just like he keeps getting shot. Just pushing a cart.
So funny. Such a horrible feeling to think about.
TSA
like
took
that.
my gauntlets. They took most of the shit I had
They
equipped.
took my loot.
They took my loot. They took my
Still had
coins. They took my gill. They took my iron
equipment.
greaves.
My
They took my
equips.
chainmail. They
Fuck.
took my helm. They took my helm.
I want to be a TSA agent.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you get free helms and shit.
You get to just touch people wherever
You
you,
get to
want.
steal that stuff. You can take home like half finished bottles of shampoo.
You get to make people wait.
I always wear my Tiro pants because they have zippers on the pocket, but every time it gets flagged. And every time there's like a chance that the TSA agent guy is just like, he touches my butt and then he like rubs his hand across my penis and it's like, all right, thank you, sir.
Oh, that feels so good, sir.
Thank you, sir.
That feels so good, sir. I think I just came, sir. Thank you.
But I just it's such a pain in the ass to wear any other shorts where my phone might like pop out of my pocket or whatever. So I'm like,
Yeah.
well, it's fine. It's whatever. It's just a guy touching my penis for a couple seconds. No big deal.
You should put your phone on a lanyard.
I touch that thing way more than that. I'm gonna
You
put
touch
I
it more than
usually-
he does.
I touch my thing way more.
I touch this more than you do.
I'm bragging to them. Yo, dude, it doesn't matter if you touch it because I touch it way more.
Yeah, I'm gonna touch it after you. Just wait until you're done.
It would be a great prank.
Bro,
to
you're
show
getting
up.
me halfway there, and I'm gonna finish it off the second I get out of this line.
Dude, I gotta go to the bathroom now.
Dude, I'm gonna BRB 5 minutes. Passing you through the line. This guy's weird. This guy is fucking weird.
Scanning her bag is just full of condoms. No clothes.
Full of dildos like Megan Trainor and her husband going to the sex shop.
God damn it.
That's my condom bag.
Megan Trainor. What do you need all those for? Look at that guy.
Oh, I have an update on last year's best internet video where the gentlemen were caught stuffing the fish with lead weights at the walleye tournament.
Oh, yeah.
So when I was back home, I was talking to my uncle, and he knows a couple guys who fished in that tournament. And apparently, those guys with the fish that they had, they would have won by a lot if they hadn't stuffed them. Like they were like so far ahead
Wow.
of second place that they would have won legitimately. But they're so stupid that they fucking stuffed them.
That's
That's how they
crazy.
got exposed.
Fucking owned.
Yeah.
Wow,
That rocks.
why didn't they just weigh the fish
Well, they just had no idea of what the other size fish are.
with the second place one?
Yeah, 'cause
Oh, yeah.
you don't know until everyone gets there at the end and weighs them. But,
Yeah, you just gotta cheat and hope for the best.
And yeah, but they would have legitimately won the tournament if they hadn't stuffed
That's
them,
so
those
funny.
fish.
And they're just that video's so good because you like they're all yelling at them and they're just standing there sheepishly like, whoa,
They got fish.
sorry,
We got
The
weights and
fish ate those. It ate those.
Yeah. Oh man, I love that video. So
We didn't know. It would be funnier if it was a really small fish, like if it was an
goldfish.
anchovy.
a goldfish and there's a big horseshoe inside of it.
You can see it
And it
sticking
just
out.
expanded.
That's stupid.
It's like an eel that swallowed a huge dumbbell. Yeah, this weighs 100 pounds, dude.
Putting a
crazy.
snake up there, it's an eel, dude.
Yeah. Weights in the fish, they pull out a fucking just entire 20-pound plate. Where the fuck?
Just a 7-foot Olympic bar inside of an eel.
An anaconda.
They drop the eel and it clangs. Whoops. So stupid.
Yeah, it must be an electric eel it has to have like batteries inside it, so that's probably what you're hearing. It has to have like wires and stuff for an electric eel.
Now they just got to run a magnet over every fish in the tournament.
That's what magnet fishing is.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh wow.
Magnet fishing and regular fishing, they'll be one thing. They'll be combined if people keep feeding all this metal to fish.
Hey, I'll say. Well, that's a nice final thought of the day. Remember, don't put
magnet
weights in your-
fishing and regular fishing are pretty much the same thing in this dang age.
Yep, in this dang age.
In this dang age.
Folks, don't put weights in your fish.
Come on now.
Don't make a fish eat lead.
Keep your pets spayed and neutered. Don't put weights in your fish. Thank you.
Keep your fish spayed and neutered.
Amen.
God bless.
I
If
mean,
your fish lays eggs, throw them in the trash.
Aloha.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Your radio is set on cruise control. Get set for another 45 minutes of non-stop rock and roll. At least 10 great rock songs back to back. Guaranteed.